Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Have you guys ever reached a point where you weren't able to pay for this week's inventory because money just wasn't there? Or have you ever experienced making sales but then feeling like your money is just going straight back into the business and it's not ending up in your bank account? Well, let's talk about that. Basic 101 business. Money is the lifeline of any business. If the flow of the money gets throttled anywhere in the process, then it will trigger a downward spiral to where you end up closing your doors. And those questions I asked you at the beginning are some signs that your cash flow might be throttled. So I want to talk about it. That way we can hopefully figure out what's going on and get your cash flowing again. So with talking with a lot of resellers, I have come across two main throttles that a lot of you guys will hit if you haven't hit it already. One main throttle that I see happen a lot is having too low of profit margins. Once you sell an item, you get your original investment back from that sale plus excess, which is what we call profit. And if your profit is too low, then you'll find yourself not building enough excess in order to pay for more inventory, pay your overhead costs, and pay yourself. So as most resellers, if you have a goal to grow your store, you need to be listing more than you're selling. And that store growth needs to be funded off of the profits coming in from your sales. We don't want to get into the business of using credit or our savings in order to fund our store growth. So it's quite simple. If you can't gather enough excess or enough profit together to pay for your store growth, then you can't buy extra inventory. So let's run just a simple, a little exaggerated example just to show you what I'm talking about. So for this example, we'll just say that our average inventory cost for an item is $5. And once you sell that item, you're gonna get your original $5 back to use for the item to replace what just sold, but then you get profit out of that. And let's say you get another $5. So you have your original $5 to go replace the item that's sold, and you have your $5 profit from the sale, meaning that's $5 excess. And you may need to contribute some of that to pay some overhead costs. Your overhead costs could be like shipping supplies, rent, if you rent a storage unit, a subscription fee, anything that you're paying to run and operate your reselling business. And a little bit of each sale needs to come off the top of that in order to pay for your overhead. So let's say after overhead costs come out, you're left with $4. Well, your average item costs $5. So you don't have enough money to buy an additional item to grow your store size. You can only maintenance it with the original $5 you got, and you replace that item, and now you have to wait until you get another sale to then add in more profit together to then go buy another item to add to your store. So that's a scenario showing that low profit margins can be throttling cash flow and your store growth. But another common throttle that I see when it comes to cash flow in a reselling business is stagnant inventory. And it's not really how much inventory you have, it's more so how well or not well the inventory is moving. As you can see, I have about 2,000 items currently listed ready for sale, and in 3 months or less, this amount will have been out the door and replaced. So because my store is at like an equilibrium of the same amount entering and leaving, my cash flow is moving freely and multiplying. I'm able to replenish the items that sold, pay my overhead, and pay myself. And if you aren't in that position, then I'd like to get you to the same position where your cash flow is flowing freely as well. So now that we know the two common throttles that happen in a reselling business, let's talk about the common scenario where you might be finding yourself where these throttles might exist. The most common scenario that I see cause cash flow issues is when a reseller is growing their store size too quickly. They're outpacing their sales by purchasing too much inventory than what their cash flow can handle. So let's run a scenario of a common reseller who shops at the bins and they're growing their store size too quickly and see what's happening. So the typical Ben's shopper scenario that I find a lot of resellers finding themselves in is They go to the bins, they load up their carts full of cheap inventory. Maybe they're averaging $3-4 an item. What I see a lot of them do is they go and buy a bunch, so then they go list a bunch. So let's break it down into some averages. So say on average they have their list goal of 10 items a day that they're listing, and maybe they're averaging 3 sales a day. And from those sales, they're profiting about $10 an item. Let's just do cost of goods, $4 an item. So let's just run through it real quick to see what their cash flow is actually looking like and seeing where the heck their money is going. So they are listing 10 a day. So 10 times that $4 buy cost, they're having to spend about $40 a day to put their listings up, because that's how much they spent on their inventory. Let's do, they're selling 3 a day. So with their 3 sales, they're profiting $10. So every day they're getting $30 plus their original investment in those items, because you have to take that out to then figure out what the actual profit is. Getting your initial investment in a sale is not profit. You get that back plus excess, and that's the actual profit. So they're gonna get their original $4 per item back, and they sold 3 of them, so they're gonna get their $12 back to then reinvest. So from there, they're able to repurchase 3 items with the investment that they got back. With that reimbursement, they can only buy 3 more items. So they have to pull from their profits, pull from their excess to then pay for 7 more items to keep continuing their 10 items a day listing goal. So from their $30 profit, they need to buy 7 more items at a $4 buy cost. So that's $28 that they need to be spending out of their profits. So at the end of the day, to keep up with their list goal, this is for 7 items, they'll be able to hit their 10 listings a day, but they're only left with $2 at the end of the day. Out of that $2, they need to then be paying for shipping supplies and all their other overhead costs that come out. And if they have anything left over, they gotta pay taxes on that, and then they can pay themselves. And $2 a day does not go very far. So you can see right now that what's being throttled is not so much the profit margin, although the profit margin can be on the little small side with $10. It's more so that they are outpacing their sales. The inventory that they're putting on the shelves is not moving fast enough for how much they're buying. So you could say it's stagnant inventory, meaning like the items might be destined to take a year or more to sell, or they're just simply buying way too much than what their cash flow can handle. So this situation is what I see a lot of resellers find themselves in, and over the course of doing this for a whole month, they, are listing 10 a day every single day for a whole month, and at the end of the month, they get $2 times 30 days. That's $60 at the end of the month. That's a lot of work for not making hardly any money. So this is definitely something that if you found yourself here, we can rework this. So now that we've diagnosed how cash flow can be throttled and we've seen a real life example and what that looks like, let's talk about the solutions. As a general rule of thumb, I recommend most resellers to try to keep their store size growth around 30%. It's just a general rule that I've found good success with myself and with referring to others. It still allows substantial store growth because you're growing your store by 30%, but it's not absorbing too much cash flow. That way you can pay for your growth and your overhead costs and hopefully yourself. I found that it's actually a great balance between being able to pay your business and yourself without being throttled. So I want to rework that scenario that I laid out, but with this 30% growth mindset to see how much it improves the cash flow. So now we're gonna run the same scenario, but we are keeping in mind a 30% growth. So we're not excelling and going above and beyond what our sales are doing. So we're gonna still be selling 3 a day, but instead of listing 10, we're gonna be listing 30% more, which, just rounding it up, just make it a flat number. It's 4 items a day being listed. So let's run the math and see how much better the cash flow is improved. So listing 4 items a day, it still costs $4 an item. So they're spending the $16 to list their items for the day. They're still selling 3 items a day at a $10 profit. So that is $30 coming back in excess, plus their $12 of their original investment to reinvest into replacing the inventory that's sold. So from the $12, they're going to be able to purchase their 3 items to put straight back onto the shelves. So then out of the $30 of profit, of excess that they have, they only need to buy 1 more item in order to hit their listing 4 a day goal. So from there, they're only going to spend $4 for 1 more item, and then they're left with $26. They're able to grow their store and have $26 left. They are now able to afford their overhead fee, grow their store, and start paying themselves. The only thing that's changed is how much they're listing per day. If you find that if you're listing less and you're starting to sell less, I would definitely reevaluate your item's sell-through rate, desirability rate, whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, the key to making good money efficiently and effectively isn't to just throw thousands and thousands and thousands of items up on your store in order to sell a fraction of it. I would like to see that 30% growth, where as you grow your store, your sales start growing with it. And that will only happen if you keep putting up good items at good prices. So if you compare the 2 paths, at the end of the month for path 1, they were hopefully able to clear $60 profit before overhead costs come out and before they even think about paying themselves. And at the end of the month for path 2, they are working with around $800 to then pay overhead costs and pay themselves with it. So it's a very dramatic difference. I created this quick reference sheet for the members in my group, but I'll go ahead and share it with you guys in case you're wanting a quick reference as to what a nice 30% growth would look like for you. I listed it by how many items we were averaging selling per day. So that way you can find how many you're averaging per day in sales, and then see what a healthy listing goal per day would be in accordance to how many you're selling. So as you can see, if you're in the grind between selling between 1 to 4 items a day, you're not really listing much more beyond what you're selling. As soon as you hit selling 5 a day or more, then you can start seeing a noticeable jump up in what you are listing compared to what you are selling. So I hope this growth chart is super helpful, and refer back to this as many times as you need. Now, if you're running with large profit margins, then you may not ever run into cash flow issues. But I still recommend that you run your numbers just to double check to make sure. And for everyone else, this is just a diagnosis of how well your cash flow is operating within your business. And it may have uncovered some areas of improvements as well, like putting more in-demand items or higher profit items in your store. And we could talk about those areas of improvements for another video. But for now, I hope this video has helped you get a better idea of what your cash flow is looking like, and hopefully uncover some areas for you to better improve your business. But thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.